You know, there are some women out there who are finally telling the truth. And in this video, I'm gonna be one of those women, which means I'm gonna tell you the 7 secret places that women, we love to be touched, but we're not really honest about this. And I wanna keep it really straight with you. So if you're new here, trust me, this is a channel you want to subscribe to, so hit that button and like this video. So one of the places that we love to be touched, and this one seems a little bit counterintuitive, is when you're walking and you touch us at the mid-range of our back. So here's the middle of the back, and just right below that mid-range, so right in there, when you guide us that way, it makes us feel like you are one thing, and that is this, our protector. In fact, in the comment section, just put protector. We feel that like gentle guidance. It's like being guided by an angel or just this beautiful protector. When you touch us in that lower level and you just guide us into a restaurant, or you say, darling, come over here, or you're walking through the mall and you just kind of guide her like that, there's something about that that creates this warmth and safety throughout our body. And I talk a lot about the right places to touch us women in sensual touch, because it is so important to touch her in this sensual way before you ever get to the bedroom, before you ever want to even have a big conversation with her. When you fill her up with a bunch of those loving touches, that's when you can ask hard questions. That's when you can ask for sex, but you have to fill up that bank account with a lot of touch. So get the art of sensual touch. It's in the comment section. It's in the description. Now, let me spice it up a little bit. Since we're back in that area, let's go to another place that women are not very honest about, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. It's super sexy when a man grabs us like from the back of the neck and just holds our neck. I've even had a guy one time like direct me by holding my neck. Obviously, you want to do this sparingly. This is not something you want to do all the time, but it's just something about when you're walking and a guy guides you by the neck. It's almost like being guided like a dog, like you would grab a dog. Not that women want to be treated like dogs, but there is something that's kind of like that masculine touch of when he holds you by the neck and he just does this. Now, let's talk about in the bedroom, how does she want to be touched? When you're making love to a woman and you give her a nice smack on the ass, she won't always tell you this, but we like this. That element of surprise, that's like, that's my ass and bam, I'ma smack it. Women still do love that. It's such a turn on when you can give us that unexpected smack on the ass out of nowhere. And here's another thing that we're not always gonna tell you, but when you push us up against the wall and you're holding us up against the wall, obviously not too hard where she hurts her head and you're not hurting her, but when you kind of jack her up against the wall and you hold her and then you just start kissing her while you're holding her arms, that is so sexy. And speaking of also so sexy is when you hold us by our face and you just begin kissing us and you don't let our face go. That is so sexy because it shows us that you're in control. Now, let's talk about another little naughty place that we like to be touched. One of our favorite places to be touched is on the clitoris. That button in between our leg loves to be stimulated, but it's knowing how to do it. Some men will just take a finger and just rub on it like this. No. That's not the way to do it. In fact, the best way is when you're going back and forth between fingering us, but going back to that spot. Sometimes when a guy fingers a woman, he'll just stay inside and you forget one of those biggest blessings that God's put between our legs, which is that clitoris. Women love for their clitoris to be touched. And you know, you can get my fingering her into ecstasy where I show you how to touch this. It's in the comment section, it's in the description. But when you're either using your fingers to rub along that clitoris, or even I've shared this in my other videos, which is why you want to subscribe, when you take your penis and you rub it against the clitoris, that is a beautiful place to touch. And the last place is our hair. We love when you touch our hair. When we have it just falling in our face, you put it behind our ear, you remove it from our face. And you know I have to get naughty, which is when we're in the bedroom and you have us in doggy style and you take our hair and you put it in like a little ponytail and you give it that nice tug. We love that shit. We love when you touch our hair, and women are not always gonna tell you this, but yes, we love when you do those gentle things with our hair, but also those naughty things. Now, if you do this for 20 minutes before sex, all of this touch that you've been building up will leave fireworks exploding in your bedroom. I sure hope that you hit that subscribe button because I have videos coming out every Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. I'll see you there.